for like still being active and working. But imagine you're trying to make an appointment and you call your doctor's office and all you hear on the other line is just like, ma'am, do you need to schedule an appointment first?
Okay, so I'll get it to you. Are you ready? My name is Sensei Jeffrey.
Whoa! Whoa! Ha! Thank you, Sensei Jeffrey. We love you. He's 65. Whoa!
Why are you pulling me forward? For what? Y'all tripping, bro.
Get your fucking hands up! I'm gonna shoot you! Get your fucking hands up! Both of them! I believe you have a gun! I believe you have a gun!
I don't have a gun.
Fucking reach! Put your hands on top of your head! Bro, if you put your fucking hands down, I'm gonna shoot you!
Y'all see this shit?
After 20 years of being the face of the company, he sold his soul to The Rock. It was disgusting. No, Cena made a big mistake. Huge mistake. All the fans, all the kids looked up to him. Little Baron was the biggest John Cena fan. He's been calling me nonstop. A grown man crying his little eyes out.
When you have a chance to make history, who cares about all those
kids? He stole Baron's innocence.
Do anything to break
he will never get over his hero John Cena being a bad guy.
Have you said thank you once?
I am thankful, but
you know you come in here and you disrespect the entire C Nation. You should be thankful for 20 years of hustle, loyalty, and respect. I do not even know who this Cena is anymore.
All right, I think we've seen it enough. What do you think?
Here. You can do this.
I do it in the summer, and I put fresh strawberries in here too.
Oh,
what a good idea! Right? That's another.
I'm gonna try this.
Do I do what?
Make Kool-Aid.
No, I don't make Kool-Aid, but I made an adult beverage for us.
She does.
He was psycho. He fucking jumped out of a car, going like 50 miles per hour.
He was broke. He made me pay for his rent, his food, everything.
I was at her place, and she walked in. I was fucking a guy. So that's basically it. She thought I was gay, but I'm not. I'm not. I cheated on her. Do you regret it? I do, though.
Me.
What did you do?
I'm crazy.
What kind of crazy? Like you show up in the middle of the night?
I guess we all do, don't we?
That bitch cheated with her ex. She was walking with him. They kissed and everything.
My last breakup, he beat me up.
My ex is dead.
What if Elmo's one black friend gives him a pass to say the word? Can Elmo say the word then?
No, Elmo. It's never okay to say that word. It has an awful history and is a derogatory term towards African Americans. It's never okay to say that word.
Oh, okay. Elmo understands now. Thank you for helping Elmo understand, Marcus.
No problem, Elmo. Thanks for taking the time to learn and understand. Hey, watch where you're throwing that, you stupid nick.
You know something else? Let me tell you what. The way I was brought up, I was taught not to take something unless you bought it. So when you're stepping up on the spot and you're taking something hot, don't get caught or you get cut. Cut!
Was a serial killer who bragged about killing people, and he professed and confessed to be a demon.
He was dead, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'll go do it himself on feet by himself.
Vaughn gave me a lot of passes. He could have killed me a couple times.
I was happy as hell when I found out Vaughn was dead. I cooked for the whole day.
I was relieved for the community, man, because he was over there torturing them guys, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Something was wrong with him. That's not human, man. You're not regular, man. He was a devil, man.
How are you rich and you're robbing people? You robbing producers. You robbing rappers. You got money.
So from what I hear, that documentary proves everything to be true. He is a serial killer, and he was a demon in human form.
chased out of the ring, and this is going to get ugly. Real ugly.
Skip. Oh, look who's here. Oh, Skip.
This is absolute chaos.
Superstar.
Oh, no.
I don't know, Skip. Hold on, Skip. No.
Gassed up shorty, said I need about 40. Pull up to the party, yeah, yeah, yeah. Gassed up shorty, said I need about 40. Pull up to the party, yeah, yeah, yeah. Gassed up, I be so gassed up, yeah.
Hey man, can you call the police, please? Can you call the police?
Facebook, Twitter. Y'all get with me. We got a biker boy that makes us, baby.
I need some help. Can you call the police?
Gonna go viral, baby. All right, y'all get back with me. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
I need some help, man. Wait. Go. Hey, I just fell off my bike. Check me out. We got people driving by. Ain't even helping them niggas.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please save me. Please save me, Donald Trump. Please. Please get these people away from me. In dear God's name, please stop these beautiful people.
We listen and we don't judge. I got kids by my uncle. All three are his, and my baby daddy think the kids is his. And I tell everybody I don't like men, so I tell them my kids are my nieces and nephews.
Be aware, the image is disturbing.
Who has the best girlfriend ever?
I do.
Who just bought you all this stuff?
She did.
And all the stuff?
My girl bought all of it, and I'm about to eat this, and then we're gonna chow on that after. So, happy Easter.
Yeah. But we're not eating it all. Just know that. Because we gotta save some.
Yeah.
You know? Budget cuts, you know? Save. You know? So we're gonna scoff.
Say what up, my fella. Man, take the fucking picture.
I feel like stopping the nigga today. Oh.
I know you fucking lying. That ain't cool.
So you're not Stephanie?
I am Stephanie.
No, you not. Stop lying. You not Stephanie. Listen, man, I don't know who this person is.
I am Stephanie.
I done sent you all my motherfucking money. For 3.5 years, I'd have been broke fucking with you.
I'm sorry.
That's why you never...
Hold on, wait 1 second. I can tell the panels apart. You can tell? I used to make glass for over 30 years. You know who I am. I don't want any trouble. I got 5 chickens. I don't want any LED on them. None. Scan my shirt 5 times, buddy. 5 times. Done.
Doing a school project and the teacher wants me to go up to somebody random and have them spell a word 3 times, and I'm just trying to get some extra points. I was wondering if you wouldn't mind helping me, because you got to look for it, man.
Yeah.
Do you mind helping me? Yeah. Okay. So pretty much all you'll say is
did you come yet? Are you in? Are you in? Are you in? Did you come yet? Are you in? Are you in? Are you in?
Well, you look shocked. Are you okay?
Did you come yet? Are you in? Are you in? Are you in?
Did you come yet? Are you in? Are you in? Are you in? Get the hell away from me.
Excuse me, sir. Do you mind doing it?
No. I told you no.
Are you guys mad at me?
No. This sounds ridiculous, like a scam. I'm not doing it.
You say, can you get what?
Some headphones.
He say, can he get some head from you?
He said headphones.
Oh, I thought he said head from you.
No.
You said what?
Some headphones.
Oh,
Go get a job. Oh my God, bro. Show me your money.
We back, baby.
Season 6, Amped Official.
Come on, you already know what time it is, dog. You know we had to do this, man.
Hey, all the time, man. Let's go.
You got to start it off, though.
Nah, you starting this one off.
You want me to start it off?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I started off. I'm still in the field. A lot of my peers, they been caught it off. Succumbing to fears is harder to win than living a loss. I know what it is. I once was a kid and then I got taught, yeah. And now we high step across each obstacle they toss.
Yeah, I don't want a boss employing myself. I'm feeling like Ross. My feelings are thrown, but harder to catch cause nobody mouse. I planted a seed and watching my feed like Kevin Durant. It's hard to compete. This garden is filled with industry plants.
Yeah, that don't bear no fruit for real. Sambo on that table, spend your life trying to recoup that meal. Shorty just a fable. Now the young is out here shooting for real. And they ain't gon' intervene. You know they love a two for deal.
That Coupe de Ville sliding like it's slippery. Ain't it crazy, dog? Disregard that 25 to life. Remember Ray and Claude. You know your freedom last thing on their mind when they be making laws. You gotta sell your soul to make it, excuse me, make the blogs. Fuck it.
It's compensation over validation. Trust it.
This younger nation dodging graduation. They bustin'.
Until we value life just like them pair of J's. Hey,
they'll put you in that wood and not the Mary Jane.
Come on, dog.
Let's go, man. Season 6, Amped Official.
Plant-based dripping. You boy great, man. Make sure y'all hit me up 954-280-4080. That's my real number, man.
I'm so tired of the same old people acting like they love me, but they're out to feel with evil. I know. I know.
Yep.
Say they made my ride or die, but they probably rather die than to stay by my side. Yeah,
I know.
These things I know.
Okay. Lately I've been chilling by myself a little, thinking if I face another L, it might help a little. It's a lot of shit came with success that they failed to mention, like when you get more money, life get more expensive. I never wanted to be famous, just the money that came with it, and to see my mama face when I tell her that I did it. But I've been feeling like Jaheim lately, trying to find my way back, and all they see is my blessings. They wondering why I say that, not for nothing. I've been hurting bad too. But I ain't never show emotion unless I had to. Never let them see you sweat, don't let them get the best of you. Well, if they can't get the best of me, then I guess the worst to do. So I deal with this loss and all this pain by my lonely, and revert back to the trenches and start acting like the old me, the one I thought I healed from. How I feel everything, but I'm still numb. All these feelings, I'm still just trying to feel something. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, okay, I snatch a leaf and jack a beat and rack them fast, go back to back. Used to want them platinum black shit, nowadays ain't that attached. Grew them wits, I mad at flat, the H&K is mad at black. Shopify on Acrobats, I'm healthy, can't be mad at that.
It's PBD, IPOG, we break them goals like Shack Attack. Is black on from my shoes and shirt and drawers, even my slacks and hat. Love that candy paint since I was a kid, ain't care about Cracker Jacks. Plus where I'm from, we jack them crackers, can't say where they happen.
Okay, they hate when we say crackers and my mama white, that pack a punch. Plenty times been called a nigga, ain't never been called a cracker once. Get on track, then act a dust, I eat before and after lunch. Poppin' shit and action blunts, I pull off plays like action stunts.
I had a hunch, I'm trying to eat before I see 12 like we was having brunch. I'm trying to keep it all in line, but damn these tires swerving. Became a boss, no one to hire, guess I fire verses.
This higher learning, this that shit they can't recite in churches.
If so, that preacher might just switch up his entire sermon.
Call Pastor Troy and tell the choir to play vice versa.
Ask God to come down and give me all that advice in person.
It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. Not real far. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as
Okay, that guy gets off. Can you cancel him off right today? Can you get him off? Take him off?
Nigga, I told y'all to talk to me
Can
with
you
no dick
explain
hanging, nigga. Y'all don't give a damn about
Can
no
you
nigga
get him
having no dick in his hand. Yeah, Tommy, y'all don't
Can
give a
you-
damn about typing to no nigga with no dick in his hand, nigga.
There's all kinds of different things that basically you need more of it. And the very basic example is so we did an analysis of that. The Awesome
I'm a
Read.
proud American nigga. I ain't a Crip. I ain't a blood. I ain't black. I'm not color. I'm not Negro. I'm the seed of a nigga slave. And it's the birth of a new nation called niggas. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. It's the nigga nation taking on all gangbangers. Who ready to die, cuz? Blood on phonium. Phonium.
Excuse me, ma'am. No porn at the bar.
Oh, it's okay. I'm transgender.
Oh, I had no idea. Do whatever you want all the time.
Hello, hello, hello. Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Nancy. Nancy, that's my mom's name. My dad named me after my great aunt who was a slave. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'll be crying if I look like that too, bro. That's fucked up what they be doing to y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I be saying that's fucked up. Like, bro, you probably had the full washing set. You should be fired probably if they ain't cut your shit. Fuck it though, bro. It's your life.
Ammo, calico, jackets made out of animal. Videos go viral. Fly scene you ever saw. Came from a dark place. I went from the slums to Park Place to Park Place. Front row at the Barclays.
Thank you, brother. Man, I love you, brother. I appreciate it, bro. So all you niggas, whites and browns, jeans, tacuaches. See, I'm Mexican. I can say what's up, nigga. ¿Qué pasa, güey? ¿Qué pasa, vato? You saw shit. Hey, you saw shit. Hey, you saw? Hey, we make connection right there, vato. What up, what up, what up, what up, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Corn. Make sure you guys hit that like, that subscribe, all that good stuff. We are here for another Sunday, another live stream, talking about can't say everything going on wrestling, but what we can talk about in wrestling, what we can show here on YouTube in terms of wrestling. So make sure you guys hit that like, that subscribe, all that good stuff. Get the word out. Your boy Corn streaming every Sunday talking about wrestling. Now, with that being said, I am not live on Rumble right now because for some reason Rumble is fucking up today. So instead of me trying to delay the stream and do this and do that because Rumble of all things isn't working, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to just stream only on YouTube today. So I'm exclusively on YouTube this week. Hopefully it's fixed by next week. All that good stuff. A little more house cleaning. I'm sitting on like 2 videos right now. I'm sitting on a video that I did for Peacemaker the other night after watching the latest episode. God awful. I was super pissed. I was so pissed that I literally got up in the middle of the night and decided to record a video. Haven't even edited it or dropped it yet, but be on the lookout for that as well. With all that being said, let's just go ahead and get into this stuff because I was supposed to be on here last Sunday night talking about WrestlePalooza, everything, the fallout of WrestlePalooza, AJ Lee coming back and having that horrible match, the tag team match with her and CM Punk against Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. It's a lot going on right now in terms of WWE. I mean, we could talk about the ticket sales, not ticket sales, but the ticket prices. Right now, WrestleMania is doing a whole bundle, a 2-night bundle, which I think they did that this year too, didn't they? Didn't they do a whole bundle for WrestleMania? Or am I tripping? But anyways, man, it's just a lot. But why don't we just start out with this? And by the way, shout out to Jaren. I saw Jaren in here in the chat earlier during the pre-stream. So shout out to Jaren. Thank you for coming through. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But let's go ahead and get into this because I remember saying 2 years ago that Triple H had done what Vince McMahon, I'm never going to say what Vince McMahon could never do or anything like that, but what Vince McMahon was so hesitant into doing prior to, obviously, the whole debacle of him leaving WWE or being pushed out of WWE. Let's just be honest. But I remember 2 years ago, or it might have even been 3, because this was during the whole Bray Wyatt thing as well, where Wyatt came back, and it was all, we had so many returns, we had so many big surprises every other month, for the past couple years. But here we are now. And after this week, we're going to be in October. So October of 2025. It's not just a matter of Triple H, what have you done for me lately? This is a matter of Triple H, what have you done? Because this isn't just Triple H, Paul Effect having to step in the ring and wrestle or politic and do shit that way. No, it's him having to literally book an entire show consistently and make it good. I have said ad nauseum since January that this show has not been good. Raw hasn't been good. SmackDown hasn't been good. These pay-per-views haven't been good. Now, it's been Wednesdays and Tuesdays, of course. I'm not going to sit here and say everything is so bad. It's all horrible. Let's burn the whole thing down and restart. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that there's a reason why the booking has been so bad. There's a reason why the storytelling has been so bad literally since January. Now, I talked about it last week, or was it last week or maybe 2 weeks ago at this point, with ESPN. I've talked about that. I've said maybe it's ESPN, kind of, being the puppet master behind the scenes with TKO, and because there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that they're going to show us, obviously. And that's including the Unreal show, which I told you guys I didn't like to begin with. But we are starting to learn that there's more hands in the cookie jar, or more, what is it? More hands in the cookie jar, more cooks in the pot, more cooks in the kitchen, whatever you want to use as a metaphor. But there's more hands in a cookie jar than we ever thought there were. Because everybody wants to blame, Triple H this, Triple H that. And when it comes to booking, when it comes to the storytelling, absolutely. When it comes to everything else, like the venues and the cities, Saudi Arabia deals, the old dude sitting up there, I don't even know his name, Muhammad, whatever the fuck, just buying everything, just paying literally every facet of entertainment to come over to Saudi Arabia now. Boxing, UFC, now WWE is having, now we're not talking about Royal. The Royal Rumble deal was already set for 2020, I believe 6 or 7. I can't remember. I want to say, is it this early now that we're going to get Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia in 2026? I hope not. But that's been in the bag. That's been already solidified for at least a year, almost a year at this point. The Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. Cool, blah, blah, whatever. I had my qualms. I had my problems with it, but I got over it. It's whatever. Now we're talking about WrestleMania, the biggest show of the year, the granddaddy of them all is what they like to call it, right? Why the fuck are we putting WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia? Why are we, and I've said this before, and I can't remember whether I said this recorded or not, but I'll say it again. How are we going to get these fans from all over the world? Because every year at WrestleMania, what happens? We get fans from all over the world. And it's not just a weekend. It is an entire week. One entire week of WrestleMania. And I want to fair this question to any and everybody that will listen to it. How many fans from around the world are we actually going to get to go to WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia? How many fans are we going to trust to be able to act accordingly in a country like that on the week of WrestleMania? Yeah. You see, everybody wanted to complain about, the women are going to have to look like, the women are going to have to wear the one-piece suits and whatever. Yeah, that's the least of my fucking worries, what the women have to wear at WrestleMania. I could give two fucks. Like at the end of the day, yeah, I do believe they're still going to have to wear like borderline BDSM fucking shit to cover themselves up for WrestleMania. But that's the least of my worries when it comes to this. That's the least of my worries when you're bringing WrestleMania not just to a different country. I mean, right? We had WrestleMania in Canada one year, right? That was what, 2018? No, not 2018. WrestleMania 18, or maybe it might have been 17. One of the two. But So I'm already used to that. There have been rumblings about, oh, maybe we could have WrestleMania in the UK. Maybe we could have WrestleMania, somewhere else, France or something. I hope the fuck not France, but whatever. And then we get this news a week and a half ago. So all of this is really making sense to me now. It's all coming together. It's all coming full circle now that I do not know for the life of me why the love of the game has been lost. And it's been lost for a lot of reasons. It's been lost for a lot of reasons that we actually, and a couple of those reasons we're going to get into later on in the stream, because I actually have a video showing you guys that for some reason, man, TKO is reaching out to these people, reaching out to people that have nothing to do with the business. And not to say that they haven't done it before and that they weren't doing it before, especially when it came to NXT and the Performance Center and NIL deals and all this other stuff. But now it's so glaring and they put it so much in our faces. It's like, bro, like, why are y'all even showing us this shit? Why are we having people come out of the woodwork and publicize the fact that they were reached out by WWE and now they're making a fucking joke of it? Yeah. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this picture that we're looking at right here. AJ Styles calls out his dad, calls out how his dad is being booked. And I saw that post. His son was on, I believe it was Instagram, might have been Twitter. But his son comes out. He put a little comment like, yeah, man, it is so horrible, whatever. I don't remember the exact words, but pretty much insinuating that AJ Styles has not been seen on TV as much as he should be, has not been utilized as much as he should be. So that's issue number one that this person, who is this? This Nico guy has. Then you go down here. ESPN gives WrestlePalooza a C grade. Now, I did catch this one. I watched the interview. I didn't watch the entire interview, but I did watch the segment where old dude explained as to why he gave his grade on WrestlePalooza, why he gave it a C grade. And then now I will say I will agree with that. I will agree with at least 70% of what the guy said, maybe even as far as 80. But if you guys listen to that interview, towards the end of the interview, he goes on to say, if there's another WrestlePalooza, I am not watching it. That's where you lose me. Because ESPN already comes off as a company that does not know jack shit about wrestling. And on top of that, to give WrestlePalooza the grade that you did, and rightfully so, because I do agree with that grade, you give a great explanation as to why you gave the grade. Went into detail as to why you gave certain matches this and why you gave certain matches that. He even went on to say that the triple threat women's match from WrestleMania was better than any of the women's matches that we had at WrestlePalooza. And he's right. Now, I did like the Stephanie Foucault and Io Sky match. And that was probably the best match of the entire night. A lot of people wanted to claim and want to virtue signal and say AJ Lee's match was the best match of the night. No, it wasn't. And if I could literally show you guys, again, I can't because, copyright issues. If I could literally show you guys just 10 seconds of AJ Lee trying to get her finisher, trying to get her submission in on Seth Rollins, and then let alone Becky Lynch, where she still couldn't fully put the finisher on. So, and that's just one small, I want to say small example, but that's just one example from that match. Cena calls out Triple H. Now, I didn't see this. I've kind of been out of loop the past couple days in terms of like the online stuff. I don't know what they mean by Cena calling out Triple H. I hope that didn't happen because Cena has all the fucking leeway, all the control over his shit, over his storyline, over his character, over his run. Because if Cena says no, it's not going to happen. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's not. If John Cena says, nah, I don't want to do this, they're not going to fucking do it. So that is why I didn't even put any stock into this whole John Cena calls out Triple H's book and blah, 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 because I guarantee you, if they really had a problem with each other, it would not get out. We all have seen that kind of character of John Cena. We've seen his character of behind closed doors in terms of how he conducts things. Now, I did see a clip coming around. Was it this morning? It might have been yesterday when I saw it. Of him sitting on a talk show. Maybe not a talk show, but on somebody's podcast. And they were, I guess they were joking about how there were memes of Cena, of a fake Cena death, a Cena death hoax. And saying that Cena died of COVID, and apparently Cena didn't find that funny, and said that he just had a friend recently die, I believe, of COVID. And so he took that to heart and took it all serious and got all bent out of shape about that. But I mean, other than that, man, very rarely are we seeing John Cena be out of character and it's just wild out and say stupid shit, or wild out and say that this is this person's fault, or take shots. Like, very rarely do we ever see Cena take shots at somebody when he, out of character. You know what I mean? So I don't know how much stock I can put into the whole Cena calls out Triple H. I don't know how much stock I can put into that. Randy Orton's wife calls out how he's been booked. I saw that as well. Again, we're starting to see family members and friends and wives and all this other stuff come out. And it's not like they're making whole posts about it like, a lot of the AEW wrestlers that just burn bridges. But we're seeing WWE superstars or I guess their family members come out, and people that are close to them come out and not necessarily bash WWE, but they, they'll throw these subtle jabs, whether it's in comments or whether they're quote tweeted somebody, as to how this person is being booked. Now, am I going to say, hooray for them? No, but I'm also not going to say, they're completely out of line. Now, if there is somebody out of line that says some out of line BS, you already know I'm the first person to say that they will, that they are. But this person who tweets this out, this Nico dude who tweets this out and says, these aren't works. It's clear frustration with Triple H's lackluster booking. Well, let's talk about it. So let's start from Royal Rumble. Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble, goes on to WrestleMania, chokes out Gunther. Gunther taps. Jey Uso's your World Heavyweight Champion for about, 2 months? Loses the title back to Gunther. Then Gunther loses the title to CM Punk. Seth Rollins cashes in at SummerSlam. To me, that's not good booking. To me, that's not good storytelling. All of that in between. That's on your main show, your Monday Night Raw show, your number one show. That's one. And you can probably say 2 and 3 because of the whole WrestleMania thing. But I'll count that all as problem 1. Now let's go to problem number 2. Because we were told that Netflix was the next big thing, that the Monday Night Raw on Netflix was, that this was so much needed, blah, 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 whatever. The numbers haven't been great. And I'm not a numbers guy. I'm not some big, let's take a look at the viewership numbers because I could really give a fuck. But if it's clearly affecting viewership, yeah, something needs to be addressed when it comes to your storytelling, Triple H. And again, this is coming from a guy that's not even a Triple H hater. I've never been a Triple H hater. Triple H has always been one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I've always enjoyed what he did with NXT Black and Gold. I even had to get on somebody's ass earlier this week because they tried to say that NXT Black and Gold was fucking horrible. They tried to go out and say that Triple H has never been good as a booker. And I'm like, whoa, time out. Wait a second. We are really going to sit here and say that the Finn Balor, Samoa Joes, Bobby Roodes, remember Austin Aries was even a part of NXT Black and Gold for a little bit before he went to the Cruiserweight division. Like, are we really going to sit here and say that all these guys, Keith Lee, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Adam Cole, Undisputed Era, all that, we're really going to say that that was shit booking? Authors of Pain when they were actually good, when they actually had some hype. FTR, back when they were the Revival. And we're going to say that Triple H had really bad booking always? No. It's been this year. This year. And I'm not even going to say Triple H has been exposed like a lot of these people. Like a lot of these people, man, much like the guy I was just talking about that was saying that NXT Black and Gold was horrible. Cap. That's not even like an opinion-based fucking, like that's fact. So much of the fact that Vince McMahon trusted NXT to go up against AEW, even though NXT didn't win the war with AEW. I'd say in the long run, they kind of did, but that's a completely different story for another time. But if you're going to go way back to 10 years ago and say that Triple H was this and Triple H was that, I want to let you guys know that you weren't watching wrestling 10 years ago then. You really weren't. Because what everybody was saying after, especially on the big weekends where you had NXT takeovers, back when they were called takeovers, NXT takeovers on Saturday nights, and then you would have the WWE pay-per-view on Sunday nights. What were we saying at the end of the weekend? You don't have to listen to the busted open radios of the world to even know what the fuck people were saying 10 years ago once those big pay-per-view weekends were over, because everybody was talking about it. You want to know what we were all saying? We were saying that NXT outperformed the main roster. We were saying that this person needs to move up, needs to be called up, blah, blah, blah. The Velveteen Dreams of the world. Yeah, people forget. Back when Ricochet wasn't completely fucking annoying. I mean, like, you guys have a very, very, very short fucking memory, and it shows because y'all say a lot of dumb shit online, man. Like yesterday I had a guy that tried to say that Cody has never drew a dime. Cody Rhodes never drew a dime. He sucks, blah, 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 blah. And like I am one to say Cody has gotten a little bit stale. But again, I'm not going to say that we need to get rid of Cody. Cody's not a star. He's not this. He's not that, blah, blah, blah. Do your fucking homework if you don't know, bro. But to come out on Twitter and say that Cody Rhodes never drew a dime, I literally responded back to him and said, I would like for you to Google Cody Rhodes 2018 and Google Cody Rhodes 2019. And then get back to me, and then we'll see if you say the same thing. Because if you do, it's just straight BS coming out of your mouth and you didn't read a goddamn thing. I am tired of this whole narrative of Triple H has never done anything. Like, just because somebody has gotten bad or something's gotten stale or somebody makes one bad decision, like, we live in this day and age now, especially when it comes to social media, that we're ready to just put every single fucking person to the cross once they make a mistake, once they have a bad decision. Now, again, there are certain things, right, that, yeah, if you do, you know, there are certain things that you can do or that you can say or whatever the fuck that where you kind of can't come back from, obviously. But it's not many things. That's a very, 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 very small percentage. So to sit here and say, again, Triple H has been bad booking. He has been a bad storyteller. We have an unfinished Rock storyline that we decided to introduce during WrestleMania season for some weird reason. And it wasn't even during WrestleMania. This is right in the middle of the road to WrestleMania. We're talking Elimination Chamber back in February. We teased a Rock storyline. And there was zero payoff between Rock, Cena, Cody, and Travis Scott, who we haven't seen since WrestleMania. And there are rumors about him stepping into the ring and doing this and doing that. And those rumors went away real fast. We can complain all day about Triple H and that whole WrestleMania, because WrestleMania was awful. It was god awful. SummerSlam kind of made it a little bit better, but again, SummerSlam was just nothing but a WrestleMania number 2 at this point, where it's like, meh, not really excited, not really invested, not really interested, waiting for this pay-per-view to be over. We cannot judge Triple H, his entire booking career ever since 14, 15, maybe before that with NXT. But you cannot continue to judge Triple H as a whole over the past 10 months. And as much as I want to, I can't. And I got to be fair. Wrestling is in a really bad place right now. And I've been saying this ever since I've been on the internet. Well, not necessarily on the internet, but you know what I mean. Ever since I've been on YouTube. Ever since I've been doing this, podcast stuff. 2018. I've been saying football is bad. Movies are bad. Shows are getting bad. Wrestling is going to eventually get there. 7 years later, we're here. We are here. Professional wrestling is bad. It is the next one on the fucking domino effect. Football's been bad for years. Movies been bad for years. Virtual selling and all that other BS. Shows, you can't even watch a show now without fucking gay shit now. Literally. That's been bad for years. It's gotten to the point where I'm like expecting every fucking big show. I'm expecting for somebody just all of a sudden, plot twist, he's gay. Like that's what I'm expecting now. Unfortunately. It's gotten that bad with our entertainment. And then we were talking about sports. It was an entirely different, because each sport is different. Football, supposed to be a gladiator sport. Supposed to be. And still in a way it is. I mean, you still got the O-line, linemen are still fucking clanging and banging. But other than that, your quarterback gets even touched. It's a wrap. You're getting ejected. We just saw who was the running back. Not to talk too much about sports. I know people ain't here for sports. You're here for wrestling and whatnot and all the other stuff I talk about. But we just saw a running back just last week in the NFL get fined $75,000 for just lowering his helmet, lowering his head to go truck stick someone so he can continue the fucking play. Yeah. This is the type of entertainment we're talking about. This is the kind of world we're talking about that we live in now. I remember growing up and the world's going to change and the world's always going to change for each generation, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, maybe, one thing here or there, but literally, bro, what happened to the shit that we love? Literally. What happened to the wrestling that we love to where we don't have to sit here and act like that we're excited to see AJ Lee, of all people, come back and then do a tag team match and continue to botch shit? And then you have defenders now. Oh, you guys just hate women's wrestling. No, it's just bad right now. I'm a fan of Charlotte. I'm a fan of Tiffany Stratton. I'm actually a fan of Nia Jax. And believe it or not, I am a big fan of Naomi. But guess what? If they fuck up, who's the first one to say something? This guy. Because I'm not afraid of the back. I'm not afraid of what anybody has to fucking say about any opinion that I have on the shit that I love, which is why I do this. I don't do this for any other reason, but to just put my opinion out there in the ether. And if you like it, you like it. If you accept it, you accept it. But I love discourse. I love when people disagree with me, and I love conversation and agreeing. And at the end of the day, either agreeing to disagree, or maybe I can change my mind. Maybe somebody can change my mind. I like those type of conversations. I like those type of discussions. But let me tell you something. In 2025, is that even possible anymore? For a lot of reasons we ain't going to get into. But for a lot of reasons, agreeing and disagreeing is almost completely gone. Wrestling is not wrestling anymore. And when I say that, I'm not saying on the physical part, because the physical part is still there. You still have to be at least somewhat talented to do the shit. So I'm not talking about the physical aspect. I'm talking about the mental aspect. I'm talking about the storytelling part. I'm talking about the stuff that made everybody fall in love with this shit. I don't understand, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that Triple H is giving us slop. Just complete slop since January. And then he wants to derail the entire conversation and the entire spotlight being on him and the entire spotlight being on the storytelling and the booking and horrible decision making when it comes to putting these titles on these guys and gals, that they decided in, what was it, August? Let's go ahead and announce this ESPN deal. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and put the spotlight back on TKO and WWE as a whole and make it seem like we're going to do the biggest deal of all time. And then less than a month later, after you announce the ESPN dick-sucking deal, you go ahead and suck the dick of Saudi Arabia. And take a lot of fucking money to put the biggest fucking show across the world in a some fucking country. I've never been to Saudi Arabia. I don't know shit about Saudi Arabia, except they don't let women do shit, which ain't really necessarily a bad thing, but the way they go about it is probably a bad thing. My whole thing is, why would you, and on top of that, by the way, before I even get to that, this guy, again, I don't know his name. I'm just saying Muhammad just for the fuck of it, because I don't give a fuck. But the Muhammad guy that, you know, gives all these people, gives all these sports companies and shit all this money to go over there. The guy even said in the press conference when they're announcing that WrestleMania 20 is going to be in Saudi Arabia in 2027. You know what this dude said? I am glad that you guys are continuing Vince's legacy. Bruh, if Vince was even remotely still part of this fucking company, he would have said, fuck you, I am not putting WrestleMania over there. Because I'm pretty sure they tried to get him to take WrestleMania over there to begin with when they started this whole relationship between Saudi Arabia and WWE. So you mean to tell me 2 years after Vince is completely gone, oh, now all of a sudden, oh, you guys are continuing Vince's legacy by bringing WrestleMania to Saudi Arabia? No. And to me, a lot of people say, oh, wow, you know, Vince, but no. Time out. Vince McMahon had nothing to do with WrestleMania going to Saudi Arabia. Yeah, he may have had a lot to do with the relationship that they have now because of the crown jewels and the what is it called, Super Showdown or whatever it used to be called, going over there. I think they've done a couple other pay-per-views with weird names over there, which again is fine. I never really complained about the whole Saudi Arabia thing. Now I complain about the storylines because you have to derail certain storylines to put them over in Saudi Arabia for the pay-per-views and stuff like that, which whatever. At this point, it's been happening for over 5 years at this point, so whatever. Kind of used to it now. But for some reason, it's like they're trying to put a bulletproof window all around Triple H so that he cannot get any kind of criticism. And this is what I hate when it comes to the mainstream media. This is what I hate when it comes to sports and entertainment, is that let these people take the fucking criticism. You get paid a lot of money. A lot of fucking money. Money that 99.9% of people in the world will never see. And you can't take criticism for what you do? I don't blame Triple H at all for where WrestleMania goes. That's a TKO issue. That's a TKO and WWE fuck up, not a Triple H fuck up. But again, you have a lot of these people that have no idea, have never even watched wrestling past 5 years to even remotely know what the fuck is going on. To even remotely know that Triple H has nothing to do with that. Let's blame Triple H for what he's actually responsible for. Let's get mad at Triple H. Let's be on his ass, pause, for what he's actually responsible for. These internet trolls are exactly that. They're fucking internet trolls. They don't know shit. If WWE takes Survivor Series next year and puts it in butt-fuck middle of nowhere Indian country or Middle Eastern country, some shithole fucking country, I guarantee you there's going to still be a whole bunch of people complaining and saying it's Triple H's fault. Like he had anything to fucking do with that. Like I said, that's TKO. So for this guy to say, these aren't works, it's clear frustration over lackluster booking. Absolutely. Absolutely. But one could tell you that if we're not going to use the example of Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble and going on to WrestleMania and doing what he did to Gunther, which again, asinine. If you guys if you want to ignore that, we don't have to talk about that. That's fine. Well, then let's just go to the John Cena, Cody Rhodes main event that involved Travis Scott. Okay, we don't want to talk about that either. Okay, that's fine. So let's move on to, let's say, the beginning of the summer where everybody was freaking out because R-Truth got released from WWE right after having a segment on, was it Monday Night Raw or SmackDown? One of the two. But after having a segment just a week before, and then gets released. And then that whole thing happens and they bring him back. Again, we don't know whether nobody really knows whether that's working out, but whatever. And then they bring him back and we don't hear anything. We don't hear a single word about R-Truth ever again. Now, yes, was he continue to feature on TV? Was he on TV with Aleister? He was just on TV 2 weeks ago with Brock Lesnar. Had a comedic segment. I don't know why they had that segment, to be honest. Was it really funny? Yeah. But they kind of already did that thing before with R-Truth being in the same ring as Brock Lesnar, kind of making him laugh, whatever. No one said a single fucking word. I had all these people that were crying about R-Truth. Well, R-Truth, we need a bit. He's our next world champion, blah, blah, blah. Not a single fucking word. It's been over 3 months and not a single word. I haven't seen all these people talk about R-Truth ever again. Now, I could talk about, if we don't want to use the R-Truth example. So that's example number 3. And again, this is all on top of my head, by the way. There's plenty of more examples that I'm pretty sure I have written down somewhere in my phone that I could just pull up and talk about. But it's only going off the top of my head. So if we're not going to talk about that, and if we really don't want to get into the whole AJ Lee thing, which I already talked about last week, so we're not even going to get into that. So that's 4 examples, though. That's 4. Let's talk about Karrion Kross. Y'all don't want to talk about Karrion Kross, do y'all? Y'all really don't want to talk about Karrion Kross because we made this huge fucking deal about him leaving, including myself. Because I do think, and I still to this day believe, that Karrion Kross, I don't know, for the life of me, I have no idea why the fuck they got rid of Karrion Kross and why the fuck they lowballed Karrion Kross of all people. Because this guy should have been a true bona fide star in WWE. And I will stand by that until they bring him back and prove me otherwise. But let's just focus on this for a minute, because a month and a half ago, everybody was up in arms as to why Karrion Kross, why Karrion Kross, and this proves why Daniel Bryan's comments about the wrestling fans being fickle, and that was almost, 8-9 years ago at this point where he made that comment, still becomes truer every year. It becomes more true. Khaled says, is it just me or did the Karrion Kross fan base vanish out of nowhere? This motherfucker's spitting. And you want to know why he's spitting? Because it's exactly fucking true. Everybody was up in arms. Karrion Kross, Karrion Kross. You had one weekend where they chanted for Karrion Kross, and he was still contracted. He was still under contract with WWE, by the way. I think it was like his last weekend that he was contracted with WWE. And guess what? After that weekend, he did that interview with Ariel Helwani. I think I talked about it here on this channel. After that, now, I have been following Karrion Kross because I follow him on social media and I've been seeing his matches. I just saw last week where he and Scarlett, where people were actually offering them money in the fucking arena. Like they finished their match. Karrion and Scarlett and I think somebody else they're going to walk up the ramp to get backstage to go back in the gorilla position. And you have these fans literally with their arms out with money in their hands and giving it to Scarlett and Karrion Kross. Like, bruh, they're thriving right now. When I tell you that your boy Corn got a good eye when it comes to this professional wrestling shit, I'm telling you, fam, bring this guy back. Because nobody else is saying it right now but me and probably this Khaled dude. Everybody else has moved on and forgotten about Karrion Kross. Everybody has moved on and forgotten about R-Truth, even though he's still with the company. When are we going to learn that maybe every once in a while, just maybe every once in a while, we should sit back and reflect? And when I say we, I mean WWE should sit back and reflect. Maybe this was a good idea. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. Maybe we should bring this person back. Maybe we shouldn't have got rid of this person, blah, whatever. But they have so many problems right now that even if you do bring a Karrion Kross back, how are you going to fit him on TV? Where is he going to go? How much time is he going to have? Are we going to really be able to help build him back up as the guy or as one of the guys? Because you have the AJ Lees of the world coming back and taking up spots of other women in the women's division. And it doesn't help. This really doesn't help the fact that you have Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, and Jade Cargill botching on a Friday night. Yeah. In a title match. Well, was it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a title match in a triple threat match. And I can't show too much of the footage, but we'll go ahead and get right into that because this is what really grinds my gears, man. I sit here and try and defend these women. I sit here and try and make it as exciting as I can when I talk about women's wrestling, but holy fuck, this is bad. This is bad. And hopefully I'm going to try and like play this a little bit to where I don't get hit for this. But we need to see this because I am sitting here for the past 3 weeks. I have sat here and clamored and said, we don't need AJ Lee. We don't want AJ Lee. Gail Kim was a better wrestler than AJ Lee was. Gail Kim has more memorable moments than AJ Lee did. And I don't have that many memorable moments with Gail Kim other than her wrestling at Bad Blood 20 years ago or 21 years ago. But if we're going to sit here and have the AJ Lees of the world and entertain Paige coming back, which you are really down. You were really down bad if you bring back Paige because she wasn't shit even when she was healthy. But if you're going to bring back the AJ Lees, you're going to bring back the Nikki Bellas, and they're going to take up all this fucking TV time and feud with all these other wrestlers. Make it worthwhile. Make it mean something. These matches suck. And these characters are not good. I just got done talking about Io Sky and her little crying. When she was doing all that, literally for 2 minutes straight. I played it on here on the last live stream last week. So if you guys want to go back and watch that clip, it's on there. But she's literally sitting there with the, she didn't get sprayed with the mist, but she had the mist on her or whatever. She's sitting there, and I'm like, bro, how far has the women's division come from 20-something years ago? We're having Alitas, the Trishas, the Victorias, the Jazzes, the Ivorys, Mickie James, who had just came in. And Mickie James clears all these bitches, by the way. I just want to let y'all know right now. When it comes to, except for probably with the exception of Charlotte, the exception of Rhea Ripley, unfortunately. I'm not a big Rhea Ripley fan. But credit where credit's due, Rhea Ripley. And Becky. But I still think that Mickie James clears Bayley. I'm going to just be honest. I got to be honest. That's what it is. But at the end of the day, and we're going to watch this clip here in a second. We're not going to watch it, but we're going to go through the clip. So I'm going to try and like slow-mo it so I don't get hit. We'll see how that goes. So if the stream goes down, you already know what happened, per usual. But let me get some of these comments. Shout out to Jaron. He says, no lies told. Thank you. What's good? Mark says, what's good, Corn? And what's good, Jaron? Dang, I missed the stars. Yeah. Hey, I just started, man, like 20 minutes ago, but yeah. Salty Butterbags says Natalya did say Vince fought to put women in WWE Crown Jewel in 2019. She did wrestle, facts, but they got covered up. I ain't that good. I just read the article. No. You're right. You're absolutely right. Vince fought to put them on the show. Absolutely. And as he should have, because women's wrestling was still good. And I do believe it's still good, but there's so many problems that they have. It's just not enjoyable right now. Don't even get me started on AEW. I guess we'll get to that here in a second. But when it comes to the Saudi Arabia stuff, man, like I do not, for the life of me, I'm still trying to wrap my head around, like, do people not understand how big WrestleMania is and the legacy that WrestleMania has? That's going to be a huge black eye. I mean, look, WrestleMania 2020 was one thing. You couldn't really help it. I mean, Vince had to fight just to keep the shit on television, just to keep these guys, active week by week, and to actually have a show during COVID. So that's one thing. But to have to literally go out of your way and choose to have WrestleMania in a completely different country than the US or Canada or even England, heavy drugs have to be involved. Either that or just lack of knowledge when it comes to the actual history of WrestleMania, the history of WWE, and the history and legacy of Vince McMahon. Mark says, it sounds about right. Triple H has been a terrible booker. Crazy how he himself was in the industry but can't book his way out of a paper bag. But here's the thing. I think that he can. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I mean, I'm not going to it's not like I'm going to crack the code. I'm a fucking nobody with zero fucking sources or anything like that. And I don't need any fucking sources. I don't know, whatever. But I'm not going to be the one to fucking crack the code, obviously. But I'm still sitting trying to figure out, like, why can't this guy book the way he was booking a year ago or 2 years ago? Yeah, I'm not saying he was perfect or obviously you're going to have some cracks in there, some stuff that seeps through the crack. I get it. But when it comes to actually booking a storyline in 2025, it seems like Triple H is completely incapable of doing that. And then on top of that, he just had an interview a couple weeks ago on ESPN, and he was it Pat McAfee? I think it was. Might have even been Pat McAfee. And he literally admitted that he was on vacation for 2 weeks, and that was the 2 weeks that AJ Lee and them were main eventing Raw. And I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Mark goes on to say, facts. The fans of these wrestlers only support a limited time, like 2 week free subscriptions. Facts. Yep. Because here's the thing. I wouldn't even at first it was a joke. At first it was like, all right, man, these fans, they only watch for like 2 years, whatever, or they only been watching since like 2019, whatever. Bruh, literally, when I tell you, man, I see this shit on the daily when I hop on Twitter, is that these people have no idea what they're talking about when they're talking about wrestling at all. And I'm like, why does this person even have an opinion on this shit? Like, why do they feel the need to come out here and voice their opinion? Because they sound stupid as fuck. Especially the Triple H has been a bad booker ever since NXT started. No, I'm pretty sure that's kind of how he helped him get into the position that he's in right now. Is because of NXT. Black and gold, by the way. And the big stars that he made down in NXT. Shayna Baszler was a boss, bro. Asuka was a boss. And then they brought her up to the main roster. She did pretty good for a little bit. And then they brought her back down to everybody else's level, which is something you should not do. Shayna Baszler was somebody who could have and should have been. Would I be going too far by saying the female? I don't want to say the female Goldberg, but being in Goldberg's position. If that makes sense. Because I would look at Jade Cargill or maybe like a Camille if they would have signed a Camille back when they should have signed Camille. I would say they're more of like a Goldberg, a female Goldberg. But Shayna Baszler could have been in like a female Goldberg position, which means like undefeated, this and that. And she was for a long ass time in NXT. Her and Asuka were those are probably my two favorite NXT women's champions, honestly, of all time. And then you look at what kind of product they're putting out now. Ricky Saints beating Oba Femi? Really? For the NXT title last night? Really? This is where we're going, man. This is exactly what we're fucking dealing with. But let's go ahead and get into this. Because I still have a couple more topics to get to before the end of the stream that I want to try and get to. But let's just go ahead and watch this. So you see Nia Jax getting up, right? And you have, I think, I don't want to get the referee's name wrong, but is Alicia Taylor the referee or is she the announcer? Oh, well, but you got the female referee, whatever the fuck, right? So Jade Cargill slides into the ring. Here we go. Boom. And then you're going to see Tiffany Stratton come out of nowhere, which I love these camera angles, by the way. WWE is notorious for this. Look at this. So you don't even think that Tiffany Stratton's going to come out there. First of all, Nia kicks out. And I'm not saying this is a botch or this part is not a botch or anything, but I mean, like, come on. You're going to have Tiffany Stratton come out of nowhere and kick the living shit out of Jade Cargill, or supposed to, when Nia Jax already kicked out. So then, here comes Tiffany Stratton. Boom. When it should have happened right here, but that's a different story. And then you got her going in for the pin. Now, this is the part where I might get in trouble for, because I want to hit play at least for a few seconds. Again, if the stream goes down, you guys know what happened. I'm notorious for this, but I look, man, I can't not show this part.
Over now on Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton.
You guys saw that, right? 1, 2, and then a fake. Like, what are we doing? I had to watch this like 20 times when I saw this the other night. Because look, shoulders down. Let me see. All right, so that's 1, 2. And then she says, and I oop. And just sits there. Duh. Says 2, and Nia still has not moved her shoulder, bro. Nia still does not move her fucking shoulder.
Whoa! What the fuck?
So this is what we're looking at. I'm going to show it one more time. Let me see if I can do it in slow motion. Video playback. All right, let's see if this. 1, 2, and I. Hey, you good now? You good now? Look, you see Nia talking, looking right at her like, fam, I cannot defend y'all against AJ Lee and Nikki Bella when y'all are doing this shit. I can't. As much as I want to and as much as I try to, I cannot do it. So now next time we see AJ Lee take up another spot on SmackDown, you ain't going to hear Corn say shit about taking up other women's spots, because this is something that should not have happened. And this is something that definitely would not have happened if Vince McMahon was injured. And I don't want to be that guy, because you guys know how much I hated Vince creatively. I wanted him out years ago, creative-wise. Now, business-wise, you need that man until the day he fucking dies. But creatively, rough. But I got to give credit where credit's due. This would not have happened in Vince McMahon's WWE. She's sitting there talking to the ref and then wants to kick out. So we don't know who fucked up. We don't, like, you have people on it, you have everybody on it. It was Tiffany's fault. It was Nia's fault. It was the ref's fault. Well, if I'm the ref, I'm counting to 3 because your fucking shoulders didn't move. I am giving you the 3 count because your shoulders did not move. Look at this. It's bad, bro. Like I said, I can't defend it. I can't defend it. Mark says, I did a comparison between a women's division from Ruthless Aggression era to today's era, and man, it's not even close. It's not. It's not. And the sad part is it should be close. As a matter of fact, the women in today's women's division should clear that era. But guess what? They don't. And that's sad. What's crazy is that the Ruthless Aggression era had less to work with and still made more out of it. Bingo. Bingo. That's facts. I was trying to find a clip. I can't find one right now. But yes, facts. And let me go back to our comment real quick. I'm trying not to spend too much time on each comment, but y'all are spitting some fire, man. Yeah, you got me riled up, man. But the reason why I agree with you is because when was the last time we've actually been excited for a Bayley match? Really, truly. And then you go back to, let's go back to last Monday night. And I even said this on the last live stream. Remember when on last Monday Night Raw, and I guess we're going to get the aftermath tomorrow night on Raw on Netflix. But remember last Monday night when Asuka and Kairi Sane turned on Io Sky? Do you guys remember the crowd reaction? And go back to WrestlePalooza, which took place in Indianapolis. And then people were complaining after that night, or after that pay-per-view that night, saying that the crowd sucked because not enough people were allowed enough for AJ Lee. Or maybe that's the after AJ Lee has her return and everybody shot their nut off. What now? Y'all want us to sit here and scream loud as a motherfucker for AJ Lee in a tag team match where she's continuing to botch throughout the match, moving slow, can't even get her full finisher in. Like, at some point, we got to call a spade a spade. Sorry, not sorry. You got to call a spade a fucking spade. It is what it is. Mark goes on to say, bruh, the ref at least should have told Nia to kick out in a discreet way. Something, man. It's just like they're making it obvious. You see Nia's mouth moving, bruh. Like, what? 1, 2, and I oop. And then she says 2. She looks right back. Look at what the ref does. She looks right back at Nia like, God, dog, we're both cooked. We both ain't getting booked next week. And Tiffany's sitting there like, oh, she clueless. She don't know what the fuck's going on. She like, what the fuck? You see Nia turn and say something. Now, you see some people online, they got in paraphrases what Nia said. I can't read lips. I'm only going to go by what I can see. Until there's some official until we can actually hear it, what she's saying, I can't really go by what somebody else says, man. Oh, she said this and she said that. Fam, I watched the video. I still can't tell what the fuck she's saying. So I'm not going to get into all that shit. That's for other people to get into. It's not really that important to me at this moment in time anyways, because the damage has already been done. You've already looked like a fool in this match. And that's not including, apparently, Jade Cargill cut her face open, cut her forehead open. So that's a whole nother thing too. But then to do this after you already had that break of the 2 count, and then now you just want to, like, this whole thing, like, we used to use a term in football or in sports in general growing up called 8 up. If your uniform ain't, or your football uniform ain't right, you 8 up. They look 8 up right now. That's what they look. And again, I'm not gonna say from here on out, I'm not gonna defend the women's division when it comes to the AJ Lee's and the Nikki Bella's and a possible Paige returns. But holy fuck, it's gonna be hard. Mark says, I didn't see this match, but dang, I have no words. Yeah, I didn't watch the whole match either because I don't have SmackDown. I can only watch clips of it. But I did see this one, and I was just like, bruh, I don't care whose fault it was. It's somebody's fault. The fact that Nia didn't kick out and the ref still gave it a 2 count. Period, man. Period. But I want to go on to what Mark Henry says about this match. We're going to hear what Bad Take Mark has to say. It's funny because this is the first clip of Mark Henry that we've seen on the Busted Open ever since he had that horrific take when it came to the Rajah Jackson situation. Oh, damn. Hold up. I got a message saying browser has lost. Okay, so I just got to restart the okay. Bet. Let me do this then. Y'all get to look at my ugly ass face while I bring this up. But I got to put this back up. Where? I have so many tabs open, y'all. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. Should be good now. Let me start this over.
Hollywood, where your Oscars at? Because when it comes to knowing when something is going awry and how to get out of it, Jade Cargill got busted open, and that was not supposed to happen. And the talent in the ring.
I just want to let you know, this isn't a Becky Lynch, Nia Jax type of situation where Nia Jax busted her face open and all the whole thing. Like, this was a legit, like, shouldn't have happened. Fuck up. It doesn't really make Jade Cargill look better because she still lost the match.
They're able to think on the fly, make it exciting, make it look seamless.
And you can't look seamless in a match where you just had that botch of the 2 count. Bad take, Mark, ladies and gentlemen.
This is pro wrestling. That's the nature of not having take 1, take 2, take 3, high level performance, no smoke, no mirrors, just talent to put together a successful main event.
That was not a successful main event. Holy fuck. And by the way, you want to talk about virtue signaling? We had a women's main event on Raw and a women's main event on SmackDown. I've already said I'm not a numbers guy. I'm not a ratings kind of guy. Like, I leave that for the people that pay attention to that type of shit. I am kind of curious as to what the ratings look like from this past week. The fact that you had a women's match main event Monday Night Raw got little to no pop, by the way, little to no reaction. And then you had this triple threat match for the women's title on Friday, main event SmackDown. Kind of curious what the ratings look like and the viewership looks like from this week, but that's a whole nother thing. Look, I don't need to go on and say like how much I admire Mark Henry and how much, he's a legend, he's a Hall of Famer, blah, blah, whatever. But bro, this guy has some of the worst takes ever. And I don't get it, man, because he's been in the business longer than I've been alive, or as long as I've been alive, he's been in the business. How are his takes and his perception so fucking bad? Hollywood, where your Oscars at? You need to, like, they might as well just start calling him the Stephen A. Smith of fucking pro wrestling at this point. Except he has the experience. So you can't even say he's a Stephen A. Smith. Shannon Sharp has better takes than Mark Henry does. Probably has better takes about wrestling than Mark Henry has about wrestling. Yo, let me not grill Mark Henry like that, man. I don't want to grill him too much, but fuck, man. This is such a bad take. Such a bad perspective as well, because seeming the fact that our eyes are telling us the entire story. We're watching this shit with our eyes. We're seeing what's going on. We're seeing how horrible the fucking product is now. Fuck. Mark says, after this, I don't want to see any women main event any show unless it is a guarantee that it'll be a draw and get the crowd going. Yeah. Now, I will give this one respect in terms of the fact that you could have these 3 women main event on a SmackDown. But that Monday Night Raw main event between Asuka and Rhea Ripley, we didn't need that. And that was a telltale sign that the crowd reaction, or I guess lack thereof, was a telltale sign as to never main event these 2 women, or never main event any women in the main event of Monday Night Raw without a solidified fucking storyline. Because that was BS to the T. To the T. But I don't want to talk too much about that because, I didn't watch the entire match, so I really don't want to talk about matches that I didn't watch. But we saw the clip. We all saw the fucking clip. Now millions of people have watched that clip. So it is what it is. Speaking of botches, I don't want to stay too much on women's wrestling, but like I just said, it is what it is. Like, you're going to botch. You're going to fuck up the show. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. And then, motherfuckers going to show it. Mr. Common Sense says, it looks like NXT's Kalani Jordan was going for a Hurricanrana and Lei Ying Lee couldn't support her, resulting in Jordan's back being slammed into the floor. Not a great night for botches after earlier SmackDown. So they already know. They already fucking know. But here's the thing. We're talking about TNA, and we're talking about Kalani Jordan, who's a part of NXT, former NXT Women's North American Champion, by the way. I'm trying not to get hit with this one either, but maybe I won't get hit for copyright. Because TNA will strike you, man. TNA will strike you too. As small of a company as they are, they will fucking strike your shit down. So I got to be careful with this shit. But let's go ahead and watch it.
Oh my God.
You guys see how hard she hit the. So look at how hard her back hits the floor. And look at Lei Ying Lee. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. But look at this is Lei Ying Lee and this is Kalani Jordan. Look at the way her body is when Kalani Jordan comes down off of the when she jumps off the apron and tries to do a Hurricanrana and just straight up hits the back. Because it could have been worse. She could have hit her neck on the ground, but it happens so fast. You can literally hear the bump. You get a doop. It sounds like somebody's dropping a fucking shit. Like, ba-doop. That's what it sounds like. But watch.
Oh my God. Ouch.
But she gets right back up. So shout out to Kalani Jordan for that.
Back up. Wait, what just happened in that spot?
Look at her body though, bro. Oh yeah, look at her body too. But well, you can barely see it in this fucking quality. But look at, she doesn't have any kind of Lei Ying Lee has no fucking. Look at her, the way her leg is. And again, I ain't trying to sit here micromanage up, but I'm just saying we're talking botches. We're gonna talk fucking botches, bruh. She wasn't ready from the jump. Cause look at what the fuck is this? If you're trying to take a Hurricanrana, what the fuck is this?
Oh my God. Ouch.
The way her head bounced off that ground, bruh. Man. Horrific. Now, I do want to acknowledge a retard real quick. You guys know how much I like going back and forth at fucking retards. This person says, yeah, fuck you, Callaway, you MAGA prick, and then does hashtag AEW collision. So, of course, I had to retweet this after watching this clip, saying, retard found. Also, if this were a real fuck you, this would have been a 3 count. So let's go ahead and watch this as well. I'm going to have to do a slow. Also, by the way, what the fuck kind of this bitch thinks she Lita? Is that Tony Storm? I can't tell whether that's Tony Storm or not. All the blondes look alike in AEW, man. So I'm not surprised that Jamie Hayter fucking dyed her hair or cut her hair. Look at this. How you do a Tombstone Power Driver and they kick out of the damn Tombstone Power Driver? And this person says, yeah, fuck. And he uses this. Guarantee you it's a fucking dude, by the way. He uses this because it's mostly faggots that are on Twitter acting like this. But he uses this as a fuck you, but you can't even use it as a fuck you if there's no 3 count. And the move was barely sold. So just wanted to point that out. No, nothing too serious, not much context there. But we watched the clip. Wasn't really a great Tombstone Pile Driver. But go off, fam. Oh yeah, I already did that one. Okay, so I got about a couple more things that we can talk about. This is the main one too. Because I've been seeing online where people are talking about, oh, John Cena and The Miz. No, The Miz should be nowhere near John Cena in his last year. Now, I've already talked about how bad John Cena's retirement tour has been, how underwhelming it's been, how horrible, absolutely fucking horrible it's been. It's been a disappointment, to say the least. Yes, John Cena became 17-time world champ. The way it happened, I didn't like it. But I said, you know what? Let's not cast judgment right now. Let's wait for the fucking payoff of whatever the fuck just happened tonight in that main event of WrestleMania Night 2. And we never got it. John Cena came to SummerSlam. Oh, all of a sudden, it's not like Cody Rhodes beat the bad out of John Cena. It's not like Cody Rhodes beat the absolute heel out of John Cena. No. That didn't happen either. John Cena just showed up one day and said, you know what, Cody? You got me thinking I'm going to be a good guy again. I'm no longer a heel. I'm a face again. I'm the real John Cena again. And then he goes on that very same night to lose to Cody Rhodes. And then he goes on the very next month and loses to Brock Lesnar at WrestlePalooza. But at least this time, John Cena actually has some offense, and there are some flashes of Cena actually winning that match, but it just didn't happen. And now here we are in October, which means we have literally, about 60-something days left of John Cena's career. And it has been absolutely disheartening to watch. Disheartening, disappointment, underwhelming. It's all bad. I don't have a single good thing to say about Cena's last year in WWE. I don't. John Cena is my second favorite. I know I changed my rankings around a lot, but John Cena it's always my top 2 has always been AJ Styles and John Cena. This right here, I'm not going to say it right now because maybe I'm speaking a little bit prematurely, but fuck it, man. It's 2 months left. Can I at least say that this may hurt John Cena's legacy? Now, I'm not saying that his entire career is going to be defined by this last year, but it could have been. It could have been. This could have been a legendary run, but no, you want to continue to rehash John Cena's greatest hits. And let's just argue, some of them weren't even his greatest hits. John Cena didn't have a great hit with Brock Lesnar. He didn't. Not the last time, not this time. People were saying, oh, Edge could be teasing to come back to WWE. I don't care if Edge was sitting on his couch and was in the best shape of his life I don't want to see Edge and John Cena in John Cena's last year wrestling. And then an article came out. Well, I want to say article because you know how these dirt sheets do. And the dirt sheets have been wrong all fucking year, by the way. Triple H and WWE, I will say this. This is the one good thing that they have done this year. They have literally owned the fucking dirt sheets and have proven They don't know shit. The dirt sheets don't know jack shit. Dirt sheets ain't know that Jey Uso was winning the Royal Rumble. Dirt sheets ain't know that Travis Scott was showing up at WrestleMania. Dirt sheets ain't know about the whole AJ Lee thing until they finally fucking teased it. There was no AJ Lee could be in the works. No. After they actually teased it on that Monday Night Raw, then it was like, oh yeah, AJ Lee possibly coming back. We just got reports that AJ Lee's gonna be here next week. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. The dirt sheets didn't know about the Triple H signing. I gotta say that slower because you might think I'm saying Triple H, but the AAA signing, they didn't know anything about that from WrestleMania weekend either. The dirt sheets didn't know that Dominic Mysterio was going to win the AAA title. That's another one. That's a layup right there. The dirt sheets ain't know about the ESPN deal. The dirt sheets ain't know about the Saudi Arabia deal with WrestleMania. The dirt sheets have been taking an L all year, and I will say, anytime the dirt sheets can take an L, I am happy. But now let's get to the product. Still bad. Let's get to the storylines. Still bad. But yeah, you guys want to clamor. You guys want to say that, oh, we want the Miz and John Cena to have one last match. I want to ask you guys something. And please be honest. When is the last time? And I love the Miz. I even said it in this tweet, as you guys can see. I actually like the Miz. Ain't nobody asking for a Miz match in 2025 with anybody. And I'm not saying he should retire or anything like that, but nobody's clamoring for a Miz match. The Miz is not that guy. So let me see if I can find it. Okay, yeah. So I have the other one too, because we're going to talk about this busted open one as well. I might as well fucking throw a lip in on this one, because this one really got my... Now we're talking about the men, finally. I'm getting kind of worked up a little bit, but... And pause, because I guess that kind of came out wrong. But y'all know what I mean. But WrestleOps comes out and says, The Miz says he's pissed that fans aren't clamoring for one final John Cena and Miz match. Let me go ahead and click on this real quick so I can finish the thing. But it says, it pisses me off that it pisses me off as a WWE superstar, because I feel like I've had a big rivalry with John Cena. Big, yes, but one of his biggest rivalry, and it was big at the time. We're talking about 10, 15 years later, not so much. And nobody wants to see that again, because it's going to be a loss for you. And it's going to be uninteresting. That, like, there's nothing you can do in 2025 is going to make me interested in The Miz versus John Cena again, ever. In no way, shape, or form. Now, if you build The Miz up for the past 6 or 7 years, while John Cena's been MIA, here and there, he's had Wednesdays and Tuesdays matches. But other than that, John Cena's kind of been out of the picture for the past 7 or 8 years. Now, you have the chance. In 2017, 2018, you have the chance to build The Miz up so you can have that final match with John Cena. Not in 2025. You're going to just now start. The Miz was just he was just teaming up with R-Truth last year. And they lost some titles with the quickness. Miz, great worker. Great in-ring talent. He's actually really good at everything. He's just not great at everything. He's not one of the best at everything except for being on the mic. And even then, you can kind of say, well, The Miz kind of gets cooked every time he's on a mic with somebody remotely better than him. But again, who knows whether we really got to see the real Miz on the mic, per se, other than that, what he did on Talking Smack a few years ago, which I thought still brilliant. I still go back and listen to that promo a lot. And still don't even know whether that's real or not either. I loved it. But anyways, let me get back to what he was saying. He says, he goes on to say, I've had multiple WrestleManias with Cena. Again, true, yes. And yet the fans aren't saying, hey, we want The Miz versus John Cena. He has 5 dates left, and that's it. 5 dates left before he's done. Oh, man. Fuck. That's 5 superstars that are going to get the opportunity to be in the ring, and I want myself to be one of them. I've been vocal. I've been the first person out there to say that I want to put my name in the hat to go against John Cena. All the fans had to do was tweet and go to Instagram and talk about it. Get it riled up to where it would be John Cena versus The Miz one last time. But no, you wanted the Randy Orton. You wanted the Brock Lesnar. You wanted the AJ Styles. You didn't ask for this guy. Miz, with all due respect, fuck you. What have you done? It's not even like, what have you done for me lately? Like Roman Reigns or maybe Jimmy Uso and, these other guys. No. Or hell, even Drew McIntyre, which I feel like is still being underutilized, by the way. And now you put him into a corner because now you've got Drew McIntyre going face-to-face with Jacob Fatu. Very, very early for that. Why not build that up for a WrestleMania and actually make people care about the fucking match? But let's go ahead and get to this because apparently Bully Ray, who I've been disagreeing with him lately as well, especially when it came to the AJ Lee stuff just a couple weeks ago, talking about mental health, and now I, for the life of me, do not understand how somebody like Bully Ray can sit there and actually be intrigued that AJ Lee brought up mental health and had the entire crowd chanting therapy after that and thinking that's a good thing. But nonetheless, let's talk about, we're talking about something completely different. They're talking about John Cena and possibly The Miz being thrown into the equation for John Cena's last year.
If fans want to see it, that's awesome. I just want to know why, because I think like what The Miz said and hearing Miz's words, I kind of like that. Like, hey, I faced John Cena at WrestleMania 27 in the main event for the World Championship, and I beat him. Like that's.
But let's not forget, how did The Miz beat him? It was because of interference from The Rock. And how long ago was that? That was it was 13 years ago, actually. Because that was 2012 or 2011. Nonetheless, it was, closer to 15 years ago. So again, what have you done since then, Miz, to put yourself in this position? Seriously. Not to shit on him, not to shit on his legacy, but if we're talking about 5 matches left for John Cena, The Miz should not even remotely be one of them. Neither should Brock Lesnar. I'm so glad that Brock Lesnar is back, but guess what? Didn't need this guy in this match. Didn't need to see Brock Lesnar obliterate John Cena once again. Didn't need it. Didn't need John Cena and The Rock. Don't need John Cena and AJ. I do not. And that's what really pisses me off too, because it happened on social media. John Cena put out that he wanted to face AJ Styles one more time, and guess what happened? I think it was Adam Pearce or one of the guys, it was Triple H. Triple H tweeted out and put that at the next pay-per-view is going to be John Cena and AJ Styles. Why? And these are my 2 favorite wrestlers of all time. Like in the ring, once again, one-on-one for the first time since Royal Rumble, since that iconic Royal Rumble match, and that big feud that they had from 2016 and 2017. I don't want to see this. We don't need to see this. We've already gotten this match plenty of times, and it was a banger every time. But let me tell you something. 2025, they're much older. 2025, you have more stories to tell. You have other guys you want to push. An article came out to where, I want to say article, but somebody came out and used a source in saying that John Cena wanted to get guys over. And so everybody he's faced this year in his retirement tour are guys that he wanted to get over and guys that he wanted to get that extra push. Brock Lesnar never needed that. Randy Orton definitely never needed that. Well, I wouldn't say definitely. Randy Orton never needed that. Brock Lesnar definitely never needed that. Brock Lesnar didn't even need that fucking push 10 years ago from a Cena. A lot of this shit is not making any sense, and they're looking like fucking doofuses with eggs on their face because of it. Because you're telling us one thing and you're showing us another. That's the issue.
It's like that's a story that they could build on to a match that, hey, Let's see if The Miz could do it again on John Cena's way out.
I would.
This nigga is retarded, bro. This nigga is fucking retarded. Let's throw The Miz in there and see how he does with John Cena's last match. Auntie LaGreca, stop it. Stop it. Get some help.
Hey, let's see if The Miz could do it again on John Cena's way out.
I would love to see Miz weasel his way into this match because that will piss people off. Thus, people would want to see Miz get his ass kicked, and now you have the dynamic of a heel in the match.
If fans want to see it.
No, man. X to doubt. X to doubt. Will it piss fans off? Absolutely. I'll probably be one of those fans being pissed off. Will I tune in to watch The Miz get his ass kicked? Absolutely not. I didn't tune in to WrestlePalooza. I kept my word on that because the whole ESPN shit and then AJ Lee stuff on top of that. Now we're talking about throwing The Miz into an equation in a match that we already don't want to see with John Cena and AJ Styles. And you're throwing The Miz in there. Makes zero fucking sense, man. Stop it. Seriously. I don't know what's been going on with the guys at Busted Open Radio, but ever since they've gone to 24 hours or 24/7 wrestling radio, these takes have been horrible, bro. And shockingly from Bully Ray, because I agree with probably 90% of what this guy says. But fuck. These takes are so horrible, man. And it's really, and to be honest, because you got a lot of these quote unquote marks, right? No pun intended, Mark. But you got these marks out here thinking that they're right now, that they're, oh yeah, Bully Ray co-signed on it. Auntie LaGreca co-signed on it. Y'all missing the point, bro. Mark says The Miz shouldn't be around John Cena to bring this up. He has not been a memorable rival to Cena at all. Delusions at a high with this one. Yep. I think that's one word that you could probably describe him with as being delusional. And now I understand that Miz was probably in character when he did that interview, whatever, but still delusional. If somebody said, "Hey, Miz, go out there and promote you wanted to be in a match," I said, "No, man, I'm not fucking throwing myself in that shit." We had our time. We had our fight. We were both in our primes when we both faced each other. I'm good on that. I'm good. Yeah, Cena's farewell tour, has been a disappointment. I honestly wish he didn't even go for it at first if I knew how bad it has gotten. Yeah. Now, I will still commend Cena for saying, hey, most wrestlers don't get a chance to have their last match, or at least, say, hey, call it quit. I'm going to call it quits. Most are forced to call it quits, or they try and wrestle past their fucking, when they're supposed to be wrestling, and then they end up fucking up their legacy or their career or their life. So I still have to give Cena credit for the fact that he's saying, hey, man, I know when to call it quits, and I want to be able to say when I'm done, I'm done. So I do commend him for that. And Mark says, story, gosh, that word has been overused like crazy to make it seem like it'll help make the match. Yeah. But I will say this, a story will make anything better. If you have a good story, it's going to make the excitement for the match better. I will say that. I can't go against the grain on that. But I do get what you're saying. Like, no story is going to help The Miz versus Cena in 2025. It's just not going to happen. It would have to be a phenomenal story. And on top of that, again, you're going to have to make it seem like you're going to have to make us believe that The Miz has a chance of winning. And this is another reason why WrestlePalooza was so bad, because Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes main evented that paper, the WrestlePalooza. And it was an okay, it was a meh WWE Championship match. But the one thing I said about that match was that there was zero excitement going into it. And I didn't even realize that Drew McIntyre was even wrestling Cody Rhodes at WrestlePalooza until that Friday, the day before they were supposed to be having that main event at WrestlePalooza, because That's just how uninterested they have made this fucking feud. That's how uninterested they've made us fans into different storylines. Like SmackDown is like a whole nother fucking lost world at this point. That's how bad the storylines are on that show. And then Monday Night Raw, they're just overdoing it. And especially it just overcrowding with the women on there. It's like Jey Uso and now you got the Usos feuding with each other again. Sami Zayn again. And then the rest of it is just women. Where the fuck is Gunther, man? Anyways. But like you say, yeah, the Miz and Cena feuding won't bring any or good attention overall. Facts. I am so over this whole Cena experiment. I really am. Because I would really like to go back to where we cared about wrestling. I really would like to go back to where wrestling is... It's not just a hot commodity because it's wrestling and we're going to put star A in this and celebrity B in this. No. I miss the days where it was actually exciting to say, yo, Saturday night, we got this match, we got that match, we got this match, and the storyline's going to be great. We don't know what's going to happen. Triple H oversold WrestlePalooza to the point where even ESPN themselves, their employees themselves came out with articles and saying, bruh, this shit was mid at best. Like I said, man, wrestling is in a bad place right now. And I don't know when or how they're going to get out of it. That's my biggest issue with all of this. It really is. But yeah, man, hey, let me know what you guys think, man, about this whole situation. Let me know what you guys think about any of the topics that I touched on here tonight on this live stream. Again, I am currently sitting on a Peacemaker season 2 episode, what was it, 5 or 6? Yeah, episode 6. My instant reaction after watching the episode, because they had that big quote unquote bombshell on it where it pretty much they're going to, James Gunn and Peacemaker season 2 are going to own the races. So stay tuned for that. I'll be dropping that, whether I drop it tomorrow or later on this weekend. Or not weekend, but later on in the week. Be on the lookout for that. I'm going to try and do a Rumble exclusive as well, since I was not able to do the summer stream with Rumble tonight because Rumble was fucking up per usual. I want to get the credit. I don't want to do that to them. Rumble does not fuck up per usual, but whenever I really need Rumble, because what I was going to do was stream tonight and then end the YouTube stream and then go into the Rumble and we could watch some fucking actual wrestling footage and go over some of the stuff. But Rumble being Rumble, man. So now they kind of fucking handicapped me for the stream because I was going to do the second half over there. But anyways, hit that like, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Make sure you guys have the notification bell on because y'all know how I am. I'm very random when I drop stuff. I don't really announce when I'm dropping something unless it's something big like a 40-hour-long video or something like that. But other than that, like, subscribe, go to Rumble, follow over there as well, and put on that notification bell. I want to thank everybody for coming through, commenting, Jaren, Mark as well. Salty Butter Bags. Want to make sure I don't forget anybody. Yeah. So thank y'all for coming through, man. Shout out to Mark. Much appreciated, Coin, as always, for this live stream. I'll rewatch what I missed earlier. Yeah, when you came in, you actually didn't miss much, but yeah, go ahead, man. Looking forward to the next one, whether on YouTube or Rumble. Thank you, man. And thank you everybody else for coming through, commenting, all that good stuff. It is your boy Corn. Ladies and gentlemen, I am OUT.